Bronco Nation, we are about to witness one of the biggest games on the blue in school history. We've had some big names come and play here with great success over most of those games. We've beaten Washington on the blue. We've been to Oregon State on the blue. We've been to Oregon on the blue. There's been some big names come through. We haven't gotten that win against like Oklahoma State, but this is a major matchup, and I think it's the biggest ever all time. And that is because UCF is that team that Boise State has competed against most of the time, not directly, except for 2021, but in the rankings over the years. They've been that other group of five school that's been competing for the national spotlight. And UCF has now moved up to the Power Five ahead of Boise State. They've overtaken them and moved into the Power Five. This is a chance for Boise State to show that they deserve to be the ones to make that move. This is a massive opportunity. This is a chance for the Boise State season to get back on track, to maybe reestablish those New Year's Six hopes, to get a chance to show that Boise State still belongs in the national conversation. This is a major game on the blue. So before I shoot my 3 keys to the game preview video, which I absolutely encourage all of you to go watch, I wanted to do a very brief 3 keys to the fans for the Boise State versus UCF matchup, so that we come in and present our best selves for this game that is going to have a massive television viewership, because this is a UCF team that a lot of people are excited about. I've been following for a long time. They didn't really get to see much versus Kent State. This is a real measuring stick. This is a team that might contend in the Big 12 this year. ESPN has them winning potentially 10 games and contending for the Big 12 championship. So a lot of people will be watching for those reasons. They want to see how good this Washington team really is. So there's going to be a lot of Pac-12 and national viewership. And of course, Boise State always draws a massive audience. This is probably going to be one of the most watched games on the blue all season, and it might break viewership records. So make sure that we put our best selves forward. Here are the 3 keys for the Boise State fans in the game versus UCF. Number one key is respect. Boise State, we have a tradition here. It's a blue-collar work ethic, but it's also a form of acting that we go out and we do our hardest work. We give 110%, and we recognize the little things, but we do it in a way that is respectful and humble, and we don't ask more or take more than what we have earned or what we've deserved. And we also make sure that visiting fans, when they come in, that they feel that they are appreciated and they're treated with dignity and respect. It's not something that Boise State fans experienced when they went to UCF. And I know that there's still a lot of bitterness over the way that Boise State fans were treated by that UCF student section. But let me tell you, while the students did not give a great representation of what UCF is on TV, for those who are watching on television or who attended, their adult fan base was very respectful overall of us, and I made a lot of great connections with them. This, I told all of them when they were very apologetic for the way their students behaved. I told them that would never happen at Boise State, that when you came to Boise State, you would be treated with respect, with dignity, that you'd be met and greeted with a beer, and after the game, greeted with a handshake, regardless of the results. And we would pour our passion and our energy and our vile venom down onto the field to chorus the false starts to get this win for our team. But we're not going to pour it into the fans on the stands, and we're going to do it in a way that is still respectful. You can absolutely be 100% passionate and brought in a rivalry atmosphere without descending to, Fresno State standards or descending to the bottom tier of fandom or Nevada Reno standards. You can do that without descending to those levels. You can still be a passionate supporter while also being respectful of the other fan base. It's something I've always preached, and I absolutely believe that we need to put our best foot forward. The world will be watching how we treat and how we act in this game, and Boise State fans, we do not need, in probably one of the most viewed games ever, to have anything going across the telecast that shows anything but what Boise State is, which is a school that is blue collar, puts their best foot forward, works their hardest, but at the end of the day is going to be respectful, honoring of all people. Number two key, sell out the blue. There's still a lot of tickets left for this matchup, as Jeremiah Dickey was highlighting online. There's a lot of them have been dispersed to the academic staff, so hopefully there'll be fans in the seats, but there's still a lot of fan tickets left in the stadium. So you want to make sure you go grab those, because this is a historic game for Boise State. Sure, we didn't open up the way we wanted to versus Washington, but nobody truly, at the end of the day, majority of people did not expect a win in that game. This is a chance for Boise State to start their season right. The Washington game is in the past. past. The season restarts now. Boise State can go get this win versus UCF, but it's going to require, after that rough start, it's going to require Bronco Nation coming behind this team, lifting them up, giving them that momentum, giving that additional edge to go out and get this win versus a Power 5 team here, a Big 12 program, and UCF coming onto the blue. So we have got to sell this out. And again, like I said, eyes of the nation on Boise State. What is this team? Where does it stand right now? Their eyes are not just going to be on the team. They're also going to be eyes on the fan base and the fans in the stands. If we have a stadium that is not rocking, that is not packed, we are showing indirectly that we do not deserve to belong at this Power 5 level that we claim to be at. We have a massive national TV following, but Boise State always gets held back by this perceived perception of the smaller TV market. Boise State needs to pack out that stadium and show that we belong in the top tier of college football teams and college football fan bases across the nation. And the final key to the game, and this one is obvious, is be loud. Boise Bronco Nation, I don't need to tell you that. You're going to do that either way, but it was a key and I had to add it in there. Go out, be loud the whole time, no matter whether the team is doing great or whether they're maybe taking a slight step back. The loudness will help energize them and keep their momentum or help them regain it. We need to make sure that UCF fans, that it's a hostile environment, and that comes from the noise and the passion we put down onto the field. Again, treating them with respect, that's key number one. But we wrap up with making sure that we are loud and bring that passion and energy that defines us and that what makes the Blue so difficult to win at. Boise State has never lost a home opener since 2001, and Boise State has something to protect here versus UCF, and it all starts with the fan base. So, key number one, respect. Obvious across the board. Key number two, sell it. Another obvious key that I hope we can accomplish. And key number three, make sure you go out and be loud. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe. Make sure you watch my full game preview for Boise State versus UCF. And as always, go Big Blue!